Hello, I am going to do a quick midday stretch and figured I would invite y'all to do it as well. I just need a break from what I'm doing right now, and my back is kind of yelling at me a little bit, so it's like, bitch, get off this freaking computer chair and do something. So here we go. I highly suggest you listen to your body, and if it's telling you something similar, if you're fidgeting, if you're like antsy, it probably means get up and move. So let's go ahead. I was listening to like the midnight radio, and then I wanted something a little more low key, so it's Morgan Wallen radio. I did not choose it. Spotify recommended it for some reason. Anyway, here we are. As you wish, as you go. Let's do it. All right. I will comment along the way, suggest modifications, and probably complain about stuff. If you've ever done a stretch class with me or been coached by me, you know that I'm a frequent, what's the word I'm looking for? Not advocate, but I'm very annoying when it comes to breathing. So you'll hear me breathing, and I'll say it a lot. So just remember to breathe, all right? Cool. So you're gonna forward fold right now. Soften the knees if you have to. Flatten your back, inhale. Chin up, look as far forward as you can. Exhale, fold over towards your knees. Go as far as your body lets you go. Grab your elbows and just swing side to side. I like to move my feet outward a little bit for this. And again, you can soften the knees as much as you need to kind of create some space for your hamstrings. Your head and neck and shoulders should be completely relaxed. And you should feel nice, good stretch in your hammies. You might even feel your thoracic spine, like your upper back kind of decompressing a little bit. So you might even feel that kind of stretching towards the floor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Create more space, walk it out into your downward dog. Oh my God, I do downward dogs literally everywhere in public. Straight up, I did it at the airport the other day. Walk it out. I like to do pigeon toe just to feel a different space in my hips. I like to go turn it outward, feel different kind of space. Shoulders down and back. Looking back towards your toes, stretching your armpits to the ground. Nice long spine. All right, go on your tippy toes, so heels up, and you're gonna round your spine. One vertebrae at a time, starting with your tailbone. So tuck your butt under and go slow. One vertebrae at a time. To your shoulders, and then your neck, your chin tucks, and then your hips come down first, and you unroll the same way. Chin up is the last thing. Oh yeah. So on this right here, just keep your shoulders out of your ears. Don't sit like this. Drop them down. I like to do some neck. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that, but that felt great. Chin over the shoulder. Some head rolls. Again, keeping the shoulders out of the ears, so press the heels of your palms into the ground. I like to do some neck mobility here as well, which is just kind of feeling all the different ranges that your neck can go. So I like side to side, back center, and then turning, dropping your chin with that turned neck down the center. Turn, side, center. All right, let's reverse it. So chin first, shoulders, neck, round the shoulders, round the spine, up, and butt back. Okay. Let's do one of these guys right here. Lift one leg Open the hip. I like to roll my ankle around here. Sometimes I'll drop into one of these guys. Do what's accessible to you. Get a little back crack. Whoop. Alright, for this one, you should feel your hamstring or whatever leg is on the ground extended all through the heel. So try to plant that heel to the ground and get a nice good stretch. Okay, from here, heel up. And once again, you're going to round your spine. Start with the tailbone first. Start bending that outside leg. And you're going to bring it up to the outside arm. Bring it back up. You can do the same thing nice and slow and bring that knee into the opposite elbow. So tuck the butt, tuck the knee, and hold it here. Push your hands into the ground. Breathe, and downward dog. Oh, I think I'm sweating already. Other leg up, open the hip, nice long stretch, heel to the ground. Bend the leg if that feels good. I'm kind of earmuffing myself with my arms, so that gives you an idea of the position. Drop. Circle the arms, feels good on the full range of the shoulder, both directions if that's accessible. Back up and over, hold it, and then stretch that heel to the ground. All right, starting to round, heel, the bottom heel up. Bring that knee into the outside elbow. Bring it back. Same thing to the inside elbow. Tuck the butt. Round, 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 and hold it. Push those palms into the ground. And back to downward dog. Okay, I'm taking the shirt off. Okay. Oh, I already feel better. Okay. Let's do some pigeon because, again, low back tightness, and I want to open up my hips. So, getting one of these guys, if this is too much, then you can do a 90-90, which means you're doing one of these guys. I'll show you from right here. They're called 90-90s because you have a 90-degree bend in the back leg and the back ankle, and a 90-degree bend in the front knee and the front ankle. And the goal here is to get that knee this even. I can't get my knee all the way down, but that's the goal, is to kind of get that knee down, lean back a little bit. You should feel that stretch in that back leg. So play around with the range here. I'm going to go back into my pigeon. Squared hips. I tend to rock side to side on these. Taking my time. I know I usually post like really sped up videos, and it looks more graceful than what I'm sounding like right now. Oh, but even here, I spend some time in this position, playing around with the front hip. So that's why I kind of rock and I move around, open the hip, close it, come down. You'll notice I always like put my hand on my foot. It just feels good to me. It's kind of one reason is to keep it in place so it doesn't kind of break that 90-degree. And it also kind of like, my palm sort of massages the arch of my foot. So kind of like that. And then even like, so when I go to my elbow, sometimes that foot slides in. So I'll even put an elbow on the foot. And again, breathe. If you feel stuck, if it's like, I know I'm different, but for a lot of people, stretching, like, everyone freaking hates it. I get it. But you're going to hate it more the less you breathe. So if you just lean into it, you know what they say? They say lean into it, lean into the challenge. So just kind of let it happen. Every time you exhale, just think about like visualize your muscles just like relaxing. That helps. And take like, I don't know, give yourself like reps, like breath reps, because then it's just kind of like working out thing. Like, okay, I know I need to do 10 lunges. Okay, I know I need to do 5 breaths in this position. And focusing on each exhale and allowing yourself to get a little deeper with each stretch makes the movement go by quicker and more successfully and more beneficially. So hope that helps. Cool. I'm gonna bring this into a lunge right here. I'm gonna grab that back leg because I want to get my back quad. So I'm just pulling my heel into my butt. Hello. This is a little bit challenging for some people because of the balance, and obviously it's not that great either. But I like to grab whatever leg's in front. I like to use that arm to grab the opposite foot. I put my hand on my head, or just like that, but I'll just lean into that same side. So I'm getting all this and the front of that back hip and that quad. So it's going literally from my knee all the way up and over, and it feels great. This actually is also really nice if you can manage with balance. Closing and opening. I think lats. I think spinal twist. Oh yeah. Cool. What else feels good for me right now? I'll do one of these guys. So I'll always, before I even drop into the full stretch in this position, I kind of stay up on my heel a little bit. And I literally move my knee around and play with my ankle range here. So I actually feel a stretch through my big toe, the big toe joint, which feels awesome because I don't know if I've broken this big toe, but I've done fucked it up a couple times in gymnastics, so it's a wonky one. Anyway, I kind of feel this out and see how that feels on my ankle, the arch. And then I drop it down. Oh, yeah. This feels great on low back. So wherever is accessible for you, don't go lower than that. But, don't be afraid. Remember to use the breath. And every time you exhale, oh my God, I love this song. Thunder, lightning, wrecked my whole world. For those of y'all who know me, I went through a huge country phase, like throughout college and after. I never stopped liking country music. It was just a phase, Mom. But I still like it, so sometimes I'll put it on like, oh yeah, I love this shit. Shout out to my old roommate, Christy, for like warping me back into it a whole bunch when we were living together. It's nice. All you haters, especially the ones who also hate Nickelback, can just... I was gonna flip you the bird, but I'll be nice. This is going on public platforms. I'm not explaining what I'm doing, sorry. I'm squaring my hips off here, and again, this is kind of for the front of that back, the back of the front leg. You might need a block or something, or bend your knee a little bit more. But I like to play around with the straightening of the leg and the flattening of the back. So you do 1 and 1, you fold, and then straighten the knee, bend the knee, flatten the back. Maybe just feel it out and take your damn time. Do not rush any of this, which is probably why most of us don't do it, because we just want to get on to the next thing. So give yourself your full half an hour allotted to stretching and for whatever it is you want to do. I literally take an hour sometimes. Cool, I'm going to put both feet together. Let's do a half lift. And down. All right, where was I? Pigeon. So I'm on the other side now, obviously. Again, if you want to go to your 90-90s, just play with, like I said, again, without rushing through it, just taking your time, feeling out, oh, look at that sweat. And play with the range. So using your breath and using your movement, whether, leaning back into that, the back hip, rolling around the hip joint, and just with every exhale, trying to feel it get a little deeper, remembering to kind of keep that front knee down on the ground. Like I said, I always have the heel of my palm and the arch of my foot. It's kind of like I'm pinning my foot down to the floor. Sometimes I do one of these, rocking side to side. Oh, did you hear that? Another neck pop. All right, let's get into one of these lunges. To the quad stretch. I'm actively pulling my back foot towards my butt. My heel's not touching my butt. It can, but I'm not holding in that position. I'm just holding where I feel the stretch and working with that. Okay. Let's move it over to this guy right here. Same drill. This toe's less funky, but still feels kind of good just to move my knee inward and move through the ankle. I love this stretch. Seriously, if you guys just commit, man. You're like, oh my god, you're so flexible. That's because I keep doing it. Man, I stopped gymnastics when I was 18. Right before I turned 18, I stopped gymnastics competitive. And I swore to myself, some of you guys know this, I swore to myself, I am never losing my flexibility, my splits. I'm never losing my handstands. And here we are, dang, 15 years later, no, 14, but still doing splits, still stretching, still flexible, and still doing handstands. So you start now, you gotta start somewhere, and you can improve your flexibility in no time. It's just commitment. And I'm saying that because I know what it's like to be non-committal also. So, but if it's important enough to you, you will friggin' do it. So, you want to feel good? Take care of yourself. And just decide one thing at a time too. Maybe this month you focus on stretching and flexibility. Maybe next month you're like, I want to get some handstands. Ashley, help me. But one thing at a time, not trying to do everything all at once, because that also, you don't get to focus on improving any one area. Doing too much is not always helpful. Actually rarely helpful, so. All right, one of these guys. Oh, this feels good. Oh, that was a hip hop. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry, that was my toe. Ahead of time for calling out every crack. Actually, not everyone, because some of them are so normal that I forget they happen. Remember to we're doing the flat back, soft knee, straight knee. Playing around with that right there. Oh, into that forward fold. I'm gonna do a little shoulder thing here. Again, don't mind how gross mine are, but you can also do this one from your knees. Which, you know what? Let's go into that. The knees. Put my head down. And just dropping the arms as far as they'll go. Being gentle on your neck, because this does kind of You might feel it there a little bit, so just be careful. You can put a pillow under your head too. And just go side to side too to kind of open up the lats a bit. Let me go to this child's pose over here. I like to open my knees and drop my hips through. And obviously go side to side as well. So again, you just get different ranges, different spaces in your entire body to some more low back. See, get the low back tightness. Like, I know when it's just like go move. I was like, I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna focus on the hips and like just lengthening the spine and then it just starts to, towards the end of my stretching, it starts to just like do these little tiny pops, and then I can go on my day with no low back tightness. And of course, I go on a squat or I do heavy lunges the following day. But that's what it is, right? We gotta recover sometimes more than we train, so just keep that in mind. Thread the needle. So for this one, I like to, so on all fours, I like to put one hand in the middle, like centered between the two knees, reaching up, and when you open, don't drop the hips. So just keep your hips squared, because that's where you get the real stretch of the twist in the spine. And bring it down. Dropping the shoulder. I use the top hand to push myself away and get even more of a twist in the spine. And you could even move your chin over to be to look up to the ceiling. See how far your neck range goes from here. And focusing again on the breathing. So when you take an inhale, just suck up all the air around you. So you're gonna fill up your rib cage as much as you can, which will create the space. You're gonna feel a stretch as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're gonna get a little more of a twist and sink into that stretch, into that extension. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stay on this side, and what I like to do here is just, it kind of stretches the delts a little bit and like the cuff area. So I'll just drop my chin to the floor, and it's kind of very similar to this stretch. So same idea, but I'll just extend the opposite arm, and I'm getting my opposite lat at the same time. And I kind of move my hips in a way that allows a deeper stretch. So I kind of pull them backwards sometimes just to get more of a stretch. Other side, summer hand. Not moving the hips, twisting as high as it goes. And down into that twist. Oh yeah. Inhaling, filling up the rib cage, creating the space in the spine. And exhaling, pushing away with the top hand. Chin over the shoulder. And then one of these guys, once again extended. Oh yeah. This is literally the shit that goes through my head. Welcome to the mind of wimoni. Page 1. Yep, those little poppages in the low back. Feels so good. Okay. What do I want to do next? Let's do, you know what? I'm gonna do this frog stretch because I used to hate these. I'm not gonna say I love them right now. This is different than a middle split. Again, focusing on the 90-degree bend. That's how you know it's for the good old hippies. 90 degrees, knees and feet, and one straight line from knee to hip to hip to other knee. This sucks. And if you are like, I'm gonna give you an option that makes it suck even more. Sweatpants or towels underneath the knees kind of force you to slide out further. So that's an option for if you're kind of stuck and like not pushing yourself. You can do that. This one, like I said, does suck. So focusing on breathing, not spending too much time here because it can be a little. Most people's hips are just crazy stuck, so it's gonna feel really sticky, this position. So be gentle, I like to, like I said, I move side to side on this one as well. But you don't have to spend too much time in this one. I would say maybe spend less time in the position, whereas like other, like the pigeon and 99s and stuff, you could spend like 30 seconds to like 2 minutes in each or more, depending on where you're at. But this one, I would say do like multiple reps and fewer seconds, if that makes sense, like a fewer count. So, yeah, and just kind of move that a bit that way. Relax, take about 10 seconds to, you know, recoup, and then go for it again. Maybe like 3 to 5 sets of like the 20-second holds, maybe. I'm not a fan of these like country remixes. There is one really, really good one that I've come across that I can listen to for freaking ever. And yet it is Mitchell Tenpenny, and it's Drunk Me, and it's the Rehab remix. You are welcome. That song is so good. And straddle stretch. I love this one. Good night. You know what's fun with this one too, if you have someone to do it with, if y'all kind of face each other and then like take turns pulling each other. So grab hands and you'll just pull each other, you know, take turns pulling and stretching, pulling and stretching. Being gentle with each other, of course, and when you are being pulled or when you're stretching forward, exhale, okay? And even if that person's holding you, you deep breath in, they'll kind of release a little bit, so they give you some more space, and then they'll pull and you exhale. Exhale. Even on these, I do like, I just twist because it feels so good. You guys are probably like, dang, this bitch is crazy. Oh, okay, that was good. This one's fun. I've been starting to recommend this to people and when I teach. In a butterfly position, lay down, and just be gentle, especially if this is like new for you. But I will put my hands in my hip creases, and on the exhale, I'll kind of push my lower body away, and it's like I do this at the end of stretches, at the end of my stretch sessions, because I feel like literally my like spine, my like vertebrae just like extending. It's like, it's spinal decompression, you know what I'm saying? So you know when you hang from a bar, or you have one of those little like upside down machines, right? Those like those spine, whatever those are. You've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. Similar idea. So, but like I said, just be gentle. So inhale, and try not to use your shoulders and your ears once again. Trying to push your shoulders away from your ears. And I just do like, sometimes I really don't do more than one, but I'll just do 2 just to. Oh yeah. After that, I mean, I do these interchangeably, but sometimes it's nice to do this guy after that little decompression move there. Because again, that low back just feels so much more, has so much more space. Into this guy. I always rock side to side on this one, always. You know what I discovered too? This is kind of cool. If it's accessible. So my left leg's on top, and I'm going to go to the left side and just kind of let my top leg rest on the bottom leg. It doesn't really matter where they are. But the weight of my like top leg pulls my right leg down. And funny enough, does it even more than that original supine twist. It does even more for like the release of the low back. So Try that. Where was I? This side, right? I know I said this was going to be a quick stretch, but as you can tell, I just get so into it. Rocking side to side. I think about life here in this position. Crossing and then dropping to the right side and letting that top leg drop on that. I'm even feeling my adductors too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all right. I'm gonna do a back bend because I haven't been practicing them like I said I would, and they've gotten so much worse than, I know just before I was saying how I kept continuing to train my flexibility and that's why I'm so flexible. My back bends have suffered so much in the last couple of years. Oh. And I think it's because I injured my shoulder, which is still sticky right now, my left shoulder. But these are way better than they were a few months ago, so I won't complain. Oh, now that I'm here, I'm gonna go to one of these because yum. My adults are like, thank you. My toes, those clicks, those are my toes. Every time I hear like little, yeah, my toes do that now. All right. I finish off with these often because kind of around the spine and you get little spinal massage. I know I said I was done like 100 times, right? Oh yeah, another neck pop. Here we go, round it up. I always finish with this. It's like rounding of the, you know, the one vertebrae at a time thing. Just slide on it. Hands last in return. Shoulders, arms, neck, relaxed. Oh, yes. My body's like, all right, you can go back to work. And that, my friends, is that. What time do we work on? How long did that take? 33 minutes. All right. 33 is my lucky number lately, so hope you enjoyed.